Hey guys, it's me Marty and welcome back to Glam with Marty. If you have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. If you already subscribed, hey y'all, welcome back. I have a first impression for y'all today. Today's first impression, I have two things I've been holding on to for a while, but I just didn't have the time to shoot. But since we are still in the midst of a winter storm and it is now 24 degrees here in Louisiana, I know, crazy. So I'm stuck in the house. I decided to review some things I've been waiting to review for you guys. So today I am reviewing two items. One is the Marc Jacobs Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer. It looks like this here. It retails for, let me see, whoops. It retails for $45 and I got it at TJ Maxx for $19.99. And then the other thing I'm going to review is my second 9-pan Kylie Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, which is the bronze palette. It retails for $42, which I find to be insanely expensive. Apparently, I'm the only one that thinks so, though, because that thing is sold out on Kylie Cosmetics for $42. That's crazy. I got it on sale at Ulta for $12. So I'm going to review this as well. Also, something I want to mention before I get into the review. They have since released the bronze extended palette for $45, so you get double the shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 shades for $45. That's also sold out. But the color story is a little different, actually. They're missing a couple of the shades in the bronze extended. They took some out and they added some. So anyway, just wanted to mention that. So if you guys want to see what I think about these two palettes, you can just keep on watching. If you like what you see here, please consider liking this video. So let's get to the review. So this is it. It looks pretty much like the semi-sweet palette. I can already see just from the outside of it. I'm going to do a package comparison way at the end of it. But just based off the package right now, very cute. It looks just, it's the regular 9-pan format. I'm pretty sure that this one actually came out first, and then they did the bronze extended palette. The bronze extended palette, I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted it, but it looks so much like the Lorac Pro Palette 3 that I was like, I'm not gonna get both. There's no reason to get both. Plus, I have to say, and I said this about the Sorta Sweet Palette, this bronze palette retails for $42, and I find Kylie Cosmetics, their eyeshadows are overpriced. Not all of them, but really the 9-pans are really overpriced. To pay $42 for a 9-pan palette is insane to me. So anyway, on to the test out. So this is the packaging. It looks just like the Sorta Sweet palette, except it has the bronze Kylie instead of, I think the other one was silver. On the top it says the bronze palette, and this is the outside packaging. So this is the box it came in. On the back it says Kylie, Kylie Jenner. I never understand why it says Kylie Jenner. If they really want Kylie Cosmetics to stand separate from Kylie Jenner, her name doesn't need to really be on the packaging. Like, we don't see Too Faced Jared Blondino, although he probably would want that. With the exception of like Kat Von D and Jeffree Star. But even Jeffree Star Cosmetics says Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and then that's it. It doesn't say Jeffree Star Cosmetics, Jeffree Star. I don't know. I never understood that. Anyway, so Kylie Jenner Pressed Powder Palette. It has all the shade names, ingredients on the back. Thank you for that. Kylie Jenner Pressed Powder Palette on the front. Okay, so it looks exactly identical to the Sorta Sweet palette. All it says is the shade names. So I don't, if you had them both side by side, you would not know which one is which. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much, but I'm just saying, you wouldn't know. Kylie, you wouldn't know. So maybe do a little better with that. So I'm assuming it looks the same on the inside, but of course I'm going to, I want to kind of review it independently too. I love the drips. I said that last time. And on the inside of it, we have, I'm excited. It's the first time I saw, oh, I already kind of peeked and it's beautiful. So this is the inside of the palette. If you have not seen the Kylie Cosmetics 9-pans, this is what they look like. Super duper cute for travel. I love it to travel. It has all of the shades in it. And I love that they write the name underneath each one of them instead of having it where, like, you know, Morphe. talking to y'all. And I love the size of the mirror. It is a cardboard packaging, like a very kind of cheaply made packaging, but it's just an eye pan. I think it's beautiful. Let's start playing with it. So today, because of the nature of the palette, I mean, y'all can see it's none too exciting. It is a very, very neutral palette. Again, similar to the Sorta Sweet palette. Kylie Cosmetics, they don't step that much out of the box with color, which is a complaint a lot of people make about it, but I don't have that problem. I don't mind a neutral palette. I actually really like a neutral palette because I feel like I'll get my money's worth out of it because I'll get to keep using it and using it over and over again. So I appreciate that. I want to start with Tiger Eye, which is this shade right here. And I did a review a while back reviewing a Christmas set that I got, and I had received 2 of the shades. I believe it was Tiger Eye and Quartz. No, it was Quartz and Topaz that were actually in a duo, in an eyeshadow duo. So I really like having them this way now. So I gave the other one to my mom or my sister, somebody. For transition, fluffy brush. So, Tiger Eye, big fluffy brush. Tonight I'm doing a pretty bold lip, so I want to keep my eyes pretty light, which I mean, this palette is good for that because it's like exactly for that. I will say I don't do that. I always set my eyes with a setting powder. I did my Bella Pierre powder tonight, but I will say that shade at the top, Jasper, this color right here, would be really, really good to set your eye primer before starting. Obviously, my skin is prepped, not primed yet, but my eyelids are primed and prepped. Eyebrows are done and carved out. Next step in my beauty routine is always eyeshadow. And Tiger's Eye is a pretty transition shade. I've used enough Kylie Cosmetics at this point that I kind of know what to expect from them. I actually had to take a little break from Kylie Cosmetics because it was becoming like a Kylie Cosmetics channel. Like all of my reviews, all of my tutorials were featuring Kylie Cosmetics. I will show you guys, I cannot figure out for the life of me how to use this thing. There is a bit of fallout on it. I don't know if y'all can see, but right here, there is a little bit of fallout on Tiger Eye, so just a thing. There's a little kickback. I don't know why I started calling it fallout. I guess I've seen so many other beauty channels talk about fallout, but I used to call it kickback, so there is a little kick up on it. Country girl. Reminds me of like a horse. I don't know. I've never ridden a horse in my life, but I've always lived in Karen Crow, Louisiana, which if anyone knows where Karen Crow, Louisiana is, it is the country, like horses aplenty, whatever. By the way, we are still, if you can't hear, I put the mic on so y'all shouldn't hear it, but my heater is on. We are in another night of freezing. Y'all, this freezing crap. Thankfully, I am in my home where I have heat and electricity, which is more than a lot of people, so I don't want to complain about it. But this freezing thing is like, Louisiana is just straight up not meant for it at all. And I said this in my last video, but people don't understand how we're not prepared for it. But think about, like I said, I think when Hurricane Sandy hit New York and everyone was like running out of gas and people didn't know what to do and all this stuff. We were like, why are they freaking out this much for a hurricane? Well, we are in Louisiana. And don't tell me I'm minimizing Sandy because, hi, Katrina. But, like, we know what to do with hurricanes in most senses. So, like, people in the north who are used to snow every year, we don't get that here. We get, like, a snow flurry that'll hit the ground. Everybody's like, oh, my God. But this crap was crazy. It wasn't the first freeze I've ever been in either. We've been in freezes as well. But this was something wicked that we just... I don't know. I feel so horrible for the people in the west of us, Texas. I have family in Texas. And it's wild. And I'm very proud of my original presidential pick, Beto O'Rourke, for what he's doing over there. Like, it's insane while Ted Cruz is, like, trying to get to Mexico. I'm going to use Bronzite as a crease color. I probably could have used Hematite or Topaz, but Tiger's Eye is just too close to those shades, and I need my crease to show up. So I'm going to go with Bronzite. I have no idea why this is called Hematite. If you're familiar with Hematite, it's like a steely gray, slaty color. I have no idea why they named this brown shade Hematite. That's weird, but anyway. Okay, so going in with bronzite, which I don't even know if that's actually a word, but sure. With my NYX crease brush, again, this shade has a little bit of kick up too. These powders, these eyeshadows have a good bit of kick up, but I will say I'm not mad at it because they blend like a dream. Oh my, this is really pretty how that blended with Tiger Eye. But if you have on like a white t-shirt, like I mean a white sweatshirt like I do, or you're already dressed, or your foundation is already done, you might just want to keep an eye out for that. There's a lot of kick up in this palette, I will not lie. Which if y'all watch this channel for a while, that doesn't usually bother me. Just like I said, if you're already dressed or you already have your foundation done, that's why I never do my foundation first. Because I'm always cool with fallout because of the fact that if it falls out, I can just wipe my face with a makeup wipe when I'm finished with my eyeshadow and then start doing my foundation and all that. And I'm just blending that crease color and that transition color together, and it looks really, really good. I really like that. This is definitely where Semi Sweet would have been a cool tone palette. This is definitely, the bronze palette is definitely a much warmer palette. I'm sorry I keep looking in there, but I got to make sure I'm in frame. So now before I go and cut out my lid, I'm going to use that shade I mentioned earlier, Jasper, which is this pretty like ivory white color. It's not a super chalky white like my last review of that Anastasia palette. It's not that super chalky white that we saw there, but it is a pretty matte white. I can't wait to swatch these colors because they're neutral dream. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that on my brow bone, y'all. I don't usually do a matte brow bone highlight, but Jasper is really pretty as a brow bone highlight. I like it. I want to go back with that same brush that I just used. Let me tap off some of the product a little bit. And I want to just blend those two. Where there's that little line, I want to blend that where it's a little more seamless. There are no pops of color in here, like not a single one that I could tell someone you could make a bolder look. I mean, you can use bronzite and obsidian. You could use these two maybe to make like a super dark look for night, but there's no pops of color. Like there's nothing bold. You can't take it to the club though. I mean, you could if you're that girl with a bold lip, but it's really boring. I just want to let y'all know that ahead of time. I could throw this in my bag and go away for the weekend and be able to make a neutral look every day, but it's just like it's super neutral and some people might have an issue with that. So alright, I'm gonna go carve out my lid. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so I know I have y'all really, really close to me, but I really want y'all to see what I am doing with my face here because I just went look in the mirror while I was carving out my lid with the NYX Milk Eye Pencil, but I went over there to the Glam Station, and I love how this look is actually turning out. I've been doing bolder looks lately with the Valentine's Day tutorial, the Mardi Gras tutorial, and then yesterday I actually reviewed the Anastasia Beverly Hills Narvina Volume 1 palette, and I've been doing these much bolder looks lately, and while there's always a time and place for that, and I really appreciate the way they came out really, really good, it's kind of nice to go back to my usual little neutralness. Like, I need to just accept the fact that I'm just basic, and I like basic neutrals, and just be at peace with that. I'm sorry, I have to give props where they are. I like this palette a lot. Like, a lot. I'm gonna go with Citrine now, and I'm gonna put that on the outer half of my eyelid. And Citrine is probably the brightest color in here, which is this like bright orange. Oh, I still have the plastic on. I'm sorry. I don't throw those away. Like, I keep those on there because I hate when I have a dirty palette. My OCD kicks in overdrive. So anyway, I'm going to go in with Citrine, which is this orange palette, which is right square in the center of this 9-pan palette. It doesn't look so orange on here. Let me see if I can turn it a little bit. But Citrine, this color right here, it's pretty orange. So I'm going to go with that. And I want to do half my lid with that. So I'm going to just... and using this Alma's Glam brush. Yeah, even this orange is super duper quiet. That's a good name for this. This is a quiet palette. Oh, now we got a little bit of kick up. Okay. That palette was like, girl, shut up. The look I'm doing tonight, this is really good for the lunacy. And then I'm going to go in with Goldstone, which is this obviously gold color here. with the flat shader brush I always use for shimmers. Picked up a good bit. If I need to, I'll go get a spray for it. I think I'll leave it actually, because this look is so quiet. I don't think we need more than this. I would like more than that on a regular basis, but well, now I'm gonna go with Obsidian because obviously I have no other choice. I'm gonna go with Obsidian, and I'm going to dot my V with that. The matte black, I'm hoping. I used almost every color in this palette tonight, which I don't do often. And I'm just gonna dot my V with that, and I'm not gonna pull that in yet because I want to pull a little bit of bronzite, that middle brown color, like this chocolatey brown color. I want to pull a little bit of bronzite on the edge of that to pull it up. Yeah. So what I did was use this contour brush from Shani to apply it, but now I'm going to go in with this, what is this called? This SL Miss Glam, what is this? Oh, it's written so tiny on there. Angled Eye E61 brush, and I'm going to use that to help pull this up into my crease. So it starts out with that Obsidian, that matte black shade, and then it fades into bronzite, which is that brown shade. I'm also going to take a blending brush and pull Obsidian a little bit into the lid too before I blend everything out. Oh, that looks so pretty. I just looked at it in the viewfinder. I like this. It's so gentle, so soft. Have a little bit more, girl. She said, "You quiet." Quiet? Honey, quiet? You want me to be loud, Marty? That's what the eyeshadow told me. So we're going to take a reliable Miss Elizabeth Mott blending brush, and we're going to use her to blend that black into the lid a little tiny bit, and then blend everything together. So I have tonight the Marc Jacobs Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer. So, if you don't remember, I have the powder. Yeah, the face powder. I freaking love that powder. So when I saw this bad boy at TJ Maxx for $19.99, I had to grab it. I don't know what it costs. Let me check so I can tell y'all. First, though, we need to talk about this packaging. I talked about it for the mousse primer, the mousse perfect mousse foundation, and I talked about it again for the powder. And I love the simplicity of Marc Jacobs. I love that without touching it, you know it's Marc Jacobs. Like, I saw this on the shelf from a while ago, and from a while away, and I was like, that's a Marc Jacobs primer. Like, I didn't even know what it was, but I knew it was Marc Jacobs. I was sure it was a primer because of the size of it, but, you know, that's just a shopping thing. So I want to see how much this costs before I open it up. Also, I have it in Invisible, number 30. So I don't know if there's different, $45. Ooh. Girl, how about the freaking travel size is $13? Oh my God, really? There's a blurring coconut face primer. Okay, so this is different, I guess. Yeah, okay, so this is the Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer. Black and white outer case, class all the way. I always love the Marc Jacobs packaging. It just feels so luxurious. Like, I don't know another way to put it besides when I use the Marc Jacobs products, I see why a primer costs $45. Because it's not just the primer itself, which I'm sure is great. It's the experience of it. So it has 30 milliliters in here. It says on the back, Instantly Impeccable Skin Smoothing Makeup Maximizer. And the thing is, I had this for a while. I got it at TJ Maxx. I don't even know when, but it was a while back. Like, not too long after I got the powder. And it's just been sitting because I had so much other stuff to try. And I was like, I want to try this out so badly. Anyway, so I got it a while back and I really wanted to try it out. But the rest of my first impressions have taken so long. So I figured, since this is a little 9-pan eyeshadow palette, I can give it a shot now. So, let's see. Oh, just the packaging. Look how much stuff. I actually gave my sister... Ooh, looks like a pill. Ooh, it feels so soft. This is glass. Clearly it's glass. I gave my sister a little set. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but I'll put it if I can find it. It was these little liquid highlighters, and it came with one of these, and she says she loves it. They were small, so I haven't used it. Oh my God, y'all, I love this packaging. So it looks like a little pill. It has the white top with the silver rim, frosted glass, again, class. Pick it, you open it, oh, there it is. The mechanism to pump it out, the pump is so nice. Like, it's, I know sometimes it seems like I overdo, but I love packaging. I love presentation and experience. So like this pump is like everything. I'm excited about it. So let's see what it feels like and what it looks like. Go ahead and pump it on my hand. Oh, it came right out, so not a bunch of pumps. I hope nobody used this thing. Does it smell like coconut? No, it doesn't smell like coconut. It's supposed to be a makeup primer, so this is the time I would usually put my primer on. I didn't see any directions. Oh, it's so liquidy. It reminds me already in consistency of the Hangover primer, which y'all know is my favorite primer of all time. Hopefully this lives up to my love of the Hangover primer. And the thing is, the Hangover primer, the price difference, if I remember correctly, is not that much different. Oh, it smells so good. It's not that much different than this one. I think the Hangover primer, if you pay full price for it, is $42. I sure as hell would know because I've never paid full price for it, but it's $42 and this one is $45. Props to Marc Jacobs too for not putting some long, blown out, crazy explanation of it. He's just like, it's perfecting and it makes your makeup last. Now move on. But they're like, quench your thirst, your skin's thirst for the joys of what, all kind of crap. Ridiculous. So I appreciate that it wasn't all that crap to read. Okay, I'm gonna go and work a little bit more on my look. Alright guys, so I am back, and yes, I look a lot different because all of the rest of my makeup is completely done. I'm gonna do a quick little under eye look with you guys. So going back into the 9-pan bronze palette, and I want to use, oh my god, why am I dropping everything? I'm gonna go in with Topaz, which is this like kind of dirty brown color right at the top, and I want to use that. This one I'm already kind of familiar with. Like I said, it came in that little duo, that little eyeshadow duo, which I guess I'll put a card for up there, but I'm going to just drag that right along my lower lash line with this Japanese eyeliner brush that I actually messed up. I always like to do that first, like under the bottom lower lash line. I just feel like it really completes the eye look, so that's why I did that. And then now, toss that. I'm going to go in with the Morphe M156 brush. 165. I used it so many times. And I'm going to go back into Obsidian, which is that black color that we used for the V, for the contour. And I'm going to stamp at the lower lash line. So that's that. Now I want to use Quartz, which is this middle shimmer color right here. And I want to just use that to dot the corner of my eye. So I'm going to actually get a little closer to y'all so y'all can actually see it. Which again, Quartz was the other part of that duo with Topaz. So that's a color I'm kind of already familiar with. Okay, so our eye look is done. I'm going to set my look really quickly off camera. Then I'll come back and we will swatch this little 9-pan palette. And then we'll review both of them. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. So really quickly, I do want to go ahead and swatch this little palette for you on my arm. Again, it's a really plain, kind of simple palette, so I don't think it'll take that long. We'll just do probably one arm. I don't think we need both. And I'm just going to show you guys what I'm doing here. That's all I'm going to swatch. Well, we're going to start with Jasper. This is the first shade. Jasper. Ooh, Jasper showed up really good on camera. I didn't think it would. Okay, Quartz is next. Topaz, which that's it for the top row. Then we got Goldstone. Then we got Citrine. The swatches are like surprisingly strong. I will tell you guys, as I'm swatching them, they're incredibly buttery and smooth to touch. Just little thought there. Tiger's Eye, followed by Hematite, which again, that's not Hematite. I don't know whose idea that was to name that color Hematite. Hematite is a blue. I have some, I don't want to go find it right now, but I have some Hematite jewelry from Jamaica and from California, and it's not brown. I don't know where, whatever. Then we got bronzite. Again, don't know what that means. Oh, pretty color though. And then last but not least, obsidian. So, okay, so before I really get into reviewing just this bronze palette, I do want to compare it to the Sorta Sweet palette because I just reviewed that one not that long ago. One more time, I want to show you guys the swatches for the bronze palette because I'm going to go ahead and erase them so I could pull my sleeve down and not worry about ruining my sweatshirt. USA, we just got it back. I don't want to ruin my sweatshirt now. So in comparison, oh, they came off really good. Really, they came off really, really good. I just did that Pro Pigments palette and like it left me 20 different kinds of stains. So the Sorta Sweet palette and the bronze palette, they're both the Kylie Cosmetics 9 pans. You can see they are like identical as far as packaging goes. The only way you could tell the difference is if you look on the top here, where this one says the Sorta Sweet palette, and this one says the bronze palette. And then on the side, they have the gold for the Sorta Sweet, and then the bronze for the bronze. It's really, they say bronze, but it's like more like a copper color. But these retail at Kylie Cosmetics for $42. They are also back at Ulta at $42. They were both $12 when I got them. So I got them at a massive discount at Ulta, probably because, and I said this when I reviewed the Sorta Sweet palette, they are incredibly overpriced for 9 neutral shades to be $42. I'm sorry, they are good, but $42 is crazy to pay for a 9-pan palette. I know people often make the comparison to ColourPop with Kylie, and the thing with ColourPop is I've only tried out their brow pencil and their lipsticks, and I was not a fan of either one, so therefore I never went back. So I can't comment on their eyeshadow palette formula. The palettes themselves though, literally identical fronts. The only difference is the back. They don't even say the bronze palette or the Sorta Sweet palette on them. The only thing is if you wear makeup like I do and you pay attention to things, the shade names on the back will tell you which one is which, but literally that is it until you open them. So if you are someone who has a lot of palettes and you have both of these, one, I don't suggest you get both of them. They're way too similar. Let me open them up so you guys can see. So, yeah. So this is the Sorta Sweet palette at the top here. And then that is the bronze palette. I mean, they're pretty similar. You certainly don't need both unless you're a collector, which I don't suggest anyone collect $42 9-pan palettes because that's crazy. So if you have to pick one or the other, I definitely would pick the bronze palette. I do think there's actually maybe a little more variety in the bronze palette, which is boring. They're both pretty boring, but the thing is, in my opinion, I would rather spend money on a boring palette than a brights palette, because a boring palette, I know I'm going to wear it every day. Now, if you can find something that gives you both for a good enough price, then do that. I mean, if you have like a soft glam palette from Anastasia or the Lorac Pro palette, you could do those, but those are, I don't know if they're more expensive because they're more pans. Anyway, point is, if you have to get one of these two, I would definitely go with the bronze palette. You can definitely wear it every day. There are no pops of color, but I did do this eye look with it tonight. And it was more versatile than I actually thought it was going to be, but it's a perfect everyday go-to-work palette. How many diamonds do I give it? I know I'm giving a lot of lip service here without actually saying anything. I do think this, though, now this is something Kylie gets called on a lot, and I will say this. I do think that this palette would work for a lot of different skin tones. So actually, I'm going to bump them up to 4 out of 5 diamonds because this palette could work for so many different skin tones. This orange would look great on a darker skin tone. So would obsidian, bronzite. You could use like quartz as a highlight, a brow highlight, or inner corner. That's actually what I did today. So I do think it plays to a greater customer base. Like more people could use it. The only reason it didn't get 5 out of 5 diamonds is because of the fact that it is $42. That's completely ridiculous. Another one that I'm going to compare to another product that I have. So this is the Marc Jacobs Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer in the shade Invisible. And then you have the Marc Jacobs Invisible Finish Line Coconut setting powder. So I got this one first. I love this. I use this every time I do my makeup, and today I use this one. I decided to use both of them today just to kind of see if they played well together. I mean, I guess they did. This primer reminds me a lot of the Too Faced Hangover Primer, right down to the consistency. They're about the same price range, but I like the packaging of this one better. I said earlier that I found it a little bit greasy, but that's just because I put two pumps in it. I think if I'd have just done one pump like a normal person, I think I wouldn't have had that problem. I found it to be pretty hydrating. I don't know that it was perfecting, but I mean, it's a primer. It did pretty well. I think it's pretty. I wouldn't pay $42 for it. I got it for $20. $20 actually even seems maybe a little bit steep for this. The packaging is worth it, but the product itself, I don't know that the product is worth 20 bucks. So I'm going to give this primer 3 out of 5 diamonds because I think it's a little bit overpriced. But it is beautiful, but I do think it's a little bit overpriced. So that's it from me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see here, please consider subscribing. You can go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you like it. Please, I want you to like it because that's why I'm doing it. I mean, stay warm out there. It is still freezing outside. For us, it's really, really cold outside. So that's why I decided to shoot all the videos because I can't go anywhere anyway. So I might as well shoot videos and edit them while I'm in the house. So thank you guys again so much for watching. If you want to see any more of my beauty content, deals of the day, how I style things, clothes, house, all that stuff, you can check that out on my Instagram, which is right here. Also, those 2 Kylie Cosmetics palettes, they were listed on the deals of the day when they were $12 at Ulta. So you might want to follow for the deals of the day. They post every day on my Instagram stories except the weekends. And then my Twitter page is all of my commentary on politics, music, movies, whatever I feel like doing. I put it all on Twitter. And recently, I've been going off, of course, about second impeachment trial as well as everything going on with this freeze here in Louisiana, but especially all the craziness going on in Texas and Ted Cruz deciding to take a Mexican vacation during that time. So all of that kind of stuff is going to all be over on my Twitter page. Anything else you have questions or comments about, you can leave it in the comment section below, or you can hit me up on any other social media, which is always the last slide. Again, follow me on social media because I post a lot. I post like crazy on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for 150 subscribers. I literally never thought 150 people cared what I thought about makeup. So I really, really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for joining me. And I'll see you guys next time you decide to stay warm and come over here and get glam with Marty. See y'all next time. Bye.